Robin Hood wants to bring justice to people while also fighting to win over the princess. Will he succeed to achieve them both? You'll have to stick around to the end to see how the whole story unfolds. Hello and welcome to Comedy Recap. Today we will give you a recap of the film Robin Hood, Men in Tights. Spoilers ahead, obviously. Without further ado, let's dive right into it. The movie starts with Robin Hood being captured and put into a dungeon prison. He then gets tortured and asked about his king's location. Robin Hood doesn't let any answer slip to the Muslim captors and gets his tongue pulled and twisted for it. He then gets to sit with another prisoner. They then both plan to escape the prison and finally broke out of it along with all the other prisoners fleeing with them. Robin Hood then said his goodbyes to the prisoner that helped him and left to swim across the sea and return to his homeland, England. He finally reached back to land and found Achu, who was the man he was looking for, being beaten up by a group of men. He helped him to defeat the men and later rode with him back to his castle. Upon reaching his home, he saw that it was being taken away by the government men for not paying his taxes. Robin Hood tried to stop them but couldn't. He then met with his blind servant, Blinken, who told him that every member of his family, even his cat and goldfish, had tragically died. A few seconds later, a boy came in running and asked Robin Hood to save him from Rottingham. A group of men then came in chasing right after the boy and met with Robin Hood in the group. Rottingham introduced him and got angry after Robin insulted him. He then threatened Robin and his group, after which Robin dismantled him hilariously such that he rotated and ended up at the bottom of the horse. Rottingham felt defeated and retreated with his men. The boy thanked Robin and promised to tell everybody of his bravery. Robin also told him to tell everyone that Robin Hood will free them from poverty and bring justice to the system. Now we meet a beautiful girl, Marian, who was locked up in her castle waiting for the right man to come into her life and rescue her. She then meets with a blue bird, which lands on her window and tells it to find the right man and tells him about her. The bird flies off and the girl waits. Rottingham returned to his king and told him about Robin Hood escaping the prison and returning to England to hang the king and bring justice. The king panicked and went straight to his witch and asked for her help. The witch then promised to help him with a spell only if he makes Rottingham meet her. The king promises her and agrees to fulfill her request. Now we see Robin Hood arriving at a bridge on which a man stood and demanded to be paid the toll. Robin denied paying him and started to fight with him. They both fought with sticks, and Robin finally managed to toss him down the bridge and into a small puddle of water. The man cried out for help for not being able to swim. Robin then came to him and rescued him from the water.
Thank you, Robin. You saved me life.
The toll man then apologized to Robin and told him that he was forced to charge money as his home was being taken away by the king. Robin then promised him not to worry about it as he was soon going to bring justice to the system. We now see the king setting up a dinner event where everyone was welcome to enjoy and eat. Princess Marian came down as well from her room and got approached by Rottingham, who tried to flirt with her. Sometime later, Robin Hood arrived at the party with dead wild boar as a gift. He met with the princess and kissed her hand, which made Rottingham furious. He then warned the king to bring justice to the people, or else he will, along with all the people, stand against him. The king felt threatened when Rottingham stood and challenged Robin to a duel. All the Rottingham's men then charged at Robin and fought with him. Robin fought them with his might and used his cunningness to swift through all the king's men. He then left the castle and promised the princess that they'll meet soon. The toll man now had collected a bunch of men to fight for Robin. Robin now gave a speech and tried to motivate the man to stand against the king. Achu also helped to motivate, and finally they both managed to convince the men to fight. The next day, the men got equipped with weapons and started with their training. The men were so bad currently that they had lost against stationary mannequins on horses. Now we see Rottingham arriving and meeting the king, who was taking a bath. He then told him the news about Robin training men. He then took him outside and showed the new catapult machine that could launch large rocks across several meters and do devastating damage to the enemies. A Jewish man arrived at Robin and his men's camp. He got to know Robin and told him all about how good his and the princess's match were. He then offered to provide them with alcohol, after which everyone cheered. Don Giovanni arrived at the castle where Rottingham asked him to get rid of Robin Hood as he threatened the king. Don promised and told him that one of his men will defeat Robin in archery, and then later the other man will kill him after. The princess overheard the conversation from the other room and decided to flee to Robin to warn him. Robin Hood and his men prepared and dressed up when, after a while, the princess arrived and met with Robin. She told him to not go to the contest as it was dangerous for him, but Robin wasn't convinced as he couldn't stop himself from going. He then sang for her and expressed his love to her. The princess then left and the men prepared to go for the event. In the morning, Robin disguised himself as an old man and went to the archery contest. He approached the field and prepared to shoot his arrow. He shot the arrow right in the center of the board and the crowd cheered. Robin removed his disguise and revealed his real self to everyone. Don's man came and took his shot, which split Robin's arrow in half and also struck right in the center of the board. Robin then opened a book manual and realized that he had another chance to shoot. Don's second man tried to shoot Robin, but Blinker, who was blinded, caught the arrow and saved him. Robin then shot a patriotic arrow that swerved through the crowd and went right to the center of the board. The crowd cheered in joy and celebrated Robin's win when Rottingham got angry and decided to kill Robin. The princess stepped up and offered to marry him if he'd let Robin live. He agreed and proceeded to get married. Robin's men sent a message to the villagers for help by sending a fox. Now we see Rottingham getting married while Robin is standing nearby with a rope around his neck in case the princess broke the deal. Rottingham said his vows and then told the princess to do the same. She was about to say them when Robin's men surprisingly arrived and shot Robin's rope, which freed him. They then all started to fight when Rottingham took the princess away to his room and decided to have intercourse with her. Robin arrived just in time and stopped him from doing so. They fought each other when the treasure guide in Robin's pocket got tossed out and smashed into the ceiling. A key fell out of the treasure piece, which was what opened the princess's chastity belt. Robin finally managed to kill Rottingham by slicing his sword right through his chest. The witch came and offered to heal him if he agreed to marry him. Rottingham agreed, but later regretted his decision as the witch dragged him out of the room. Robin finally decided to open the princess' chastity belt when the Princess Maid came and told them that they should get married first. King Richard arrived and took his crown back from his brother. He finally decided to congratulate the princess and Robin, who were about to get married. Robin brought the Jewish rabbi and told him to get them married. They both said vows and finally got married. In the end, Robin had achieved to bring down Rottingham and brought justice to the people. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.